Good morning and welcome back to the trailer park for a third day in a row. I am Chanda-Masta, and this is your Wednesday recap, even though there isn't much to recap because we've talked about everything. This will be my 235th slide that I've brought you guys content-wise in 4 days. So I was struggling last night. I mean, I was even sending Oz messages like, I need content. But guess what? I still ended up writing a 70 slide deck for you guys because when the world's burning, there's lots to talk about. And some of the stuff other people have covered, some of it nobody's covered. So we'll get into it. Good morning. Do me a favor, hit the like button and share this out. I'm having a trouble tweeting this out from Rokfin for the last couple of days. Does anybody else have that problem? Is it a Rokfin issue? Is it an X issue? Is it a me issue? I don't know. But normally if you hit that little tweet, it goes out, but now it redirects it and like it's not there. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Good morning, chats. I see everybody's pouring in. How is everybody this fine cold December day or November day? I'm freezing. It is, I think it was 35 when I got up, which I know that's not that cold, but for me, that's just cold. Theme starts Q after the hour, quarter after. Oh, it does? Okay. Hello, Cowboy Kitty. Hello, Popeye. Good to see you guys. Uncle Warren's here. Good morning, Uncle Warren. Let's see who else is over here. We got Aram. Hi, Aram. Popeye, you're everywhere. Popeye's over on the Rockfin too. And Rumble. I got a few Rumble watchers this morning. We're just gonna get started. You guys know how this is. Everybody kind of pours in after I get live, so we'll just go. I'm literally running out of card ideas, so there's your card for today. Anybody else getting their holiday decorating on? I'm supposed to, but I haven't. My plan was to go get all the holiday stuff out of the shed. I have a couple of outdoor sheds, and that was the other day, but that never happened. And now I'm going on this trip with Amber and so many others for the weekend. So now I'm like, well, I'll do it next week. So hell, who knows? Maybe I don't even think I decorated last year. Good morning, Jax. Jax, you had me dying with that post over there about how you have to do a 5-minute video if you want to work at Red Rooster. Oh my God. I would have a fucking blast with that. Like, what the fuck? I'm not going to take the time to do a 5-minute introduction video of why I want to work at your shitty fast food restaurant in order to get a minimum wage job. And these delusional corporate motherfuckers think that's going to happen. I mean, for one, what do they just assume everybody's got video capability now? Like, oh, well, and then the ability to send it, because moving video is not as easy as you think until you've tried to move it. So that's just asinine of corporate America. Okay, fair use. We are on YouTube, which you guys know what that means. I'll get smacked around for a bunch of copyrights, maybe even a couple of community guidelines every now and then. And I'm just giving you my opinion. These are my criticisms. I don't call it news reporting. I just say if you're interested in anything I'm talking about, go out there and do your own research, because I promise you the truth's out there. And if you find it, which is not hid, you'll just be a conspiracy theorist like me. We're okay. We're okay with that word. I've been okay with being called a conspiracy theorist for years now. I wear it proudly. So like I said, I'm getting ready for my big trip this weekend. We're going to do 4 days down in Portland for the National Convention of the Center for Political Innovation. Quite a mouthful. I'm excited to see some of the keynotes. I'm excited to get interviews, sit down, talk with some people, and get you guys some good content. So it'll be fun to hang out with the Roar fams too. Kate's coming, I think, and of course Amber will be there and others. So we're gonna have fun. It's just been really stressful trying to get ready to go. If it can go wrong on me, it's going wrong for sure. So you guys, your help has been amazing. I love you guys so much. When you guys send me $5, Anthony, I know that $5 could go in your gas tank, or it could buy you a case of top ramen to eat for a week. So I appreciate it so much more when I know that, you're sending me $5 that you don't have. So thank you so much, but don't hurt yourselves. Please, 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 please. I appreciate that you guys support me, but I definitely don't want to take out of your mouth unless you have it to give. So if you want to help me out, I still could use some help. My Kratom vendor screwed me. So now I got to spend another $100 on Kratom for my trip because my delivery won't be here till I'm already in Portland. There's my PayPal, my Cash App, and my Spot Fund. If you want to just hold your camera up to the screen, it'll take you right where you need to be. You know, when they first started doing the QR things, it kind of pissed me off, the QR codes. Like when I go into a restaurant, I don't want to have to whip out my phone. I'm blind. I can't see your tiny ass menu on my phone. I hate that shit. And every bougie place that we've been to has that fucking shit now. Stop it. Just give us a fucking paper menu. That's all we're asking for. No fancy QR codes, but they do come in handy because they take you right to where you got to go, right? That's just my thought on it. Anyways, I'm kind of salty this morning. What can I say? Barbara 420. Good to see you, Barb. I don't know why YouTube keeps unsubbing you. I've noticed that you've had to sub to my Trailer Park channel like 4 or 5 times in the last year. I don't know what the hell. They just do that. Like, who was I was watching? Burmis. Burmis says he loses like 20 to 30 followers a day. Now you're telling me that every day 30 people wake up and decide, I hate Jason Burmis today, so I'm going to go unfollow him. That's not what's happening at all. Did you know that you're only allowed 1,000 follows on YouTube? So anytime that you don't click on a video or you don't go watch somebody's content for 6 months or a while, then you drop off as one of their followers. Did you know that? Now you do. So that's how we get unfollowed. Make sure that you're still followed to all the people you like because they unfollow you. We were the unwrenched today. Oh no. Why were you unwrenched? Nobody's wrenched over at Trailer Park Pundit just because I'm not monetized or anything. So I just haven't bothered to. But as that channel builds, I'll give everybody a wrench. I don't care. we're a democracy around here, man. We give everybody a wrench. That way, when you guys fight, you guys can fight among yourselves and kick each other out. And you guys fight in the chat. Let me tell you guys, I get messages all the time like, what's going on? Like, I don't know, man. I stay out of the chat's problems. Ain't doing that. Okay, let's get started with this huge deck. Starting out with breaking, the Washington Post just announced that they are halting advertising on the X platform after Elon Musk retweeted a conspiracy theory, aka Pizzagate. This is the first national newspaper to do so. It's a big deal and great news. Every media outlet that cares about truth must do the same. Victor Shi, shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. Not that I care about Elon and his fucking advertising over on X, but they forced him to take that tweet down. He had to take that Pizzagate conspiracy tweet down. And yeah, he's losing. The whole reason that he tucked his tail and went to Israel was because they told him, we're going to take everything from you. We're going to crush Twitter. And he said, okay, I'll come. I mean, it was clear to see on his fucking face. The dude it was like a hostage video. But still, I mean, and I'm not justifying that he went. He should have stood up to him. But how do you stand up to them? Even when you're the richest man on the fucking planet, the Israel lobby still has more power than you. And that is clearly abundant with what's going on with Elon. So even after he went and kissed Israel's ass, he comes home. They're still pulling his funding. Live and learn, right, Elon? So we were saying, why doesn't Elon go to Gaza? He needs to go to Gaza. Then he'll see the truth of the matter, right? Well, he was invited to Gaza. Hamas invited him, but he declined because it seems a bit dangerous. Musk declines Hamas's invitation to visit Gaza. Are we shocked? Are we shocked? They probably told him that if we find out you're going to Gaza, man, we're coming for all your advertising. Like, we're going to take you down to, I did you expect anything else from DARPA Boy? Come on. No, not at all. I love this meme right here. Any day now, the good billionaires are going to save us from their friends. Yeah, I'm sure billionaire Elon is going to save us. No, he's not going to save us. He's more concerned about his advertising and his investors because he didn't buy Twitter on his own. No, there's a board, right? So he had no choice, even if he didn't want to support this shit. Smoke more the weeds, DJ. Hi, Yona. I hear you. I stopped smoking in the morning before my show because then I just get I get brain farted the whole show. So I will definitely be smoking tough as soon as the show's over. I am a wake and bake type of girl some days if I'm in the mood, for sure. But I don't discourage others, for sure. Jilly Love's in the house. Good to see ya. Retouch wrenches are the worst. Yes, they are. They are the worst. Did you guys know that this has been planned out for a long time? This whole Israel taking over Gaza and Palestine. I mean, yeah, we've talked about it, right? Like this has been the plan since the 40s. But in the 2000s, they published books and dictionaries that had the plan all laid out. And this lady's like, please make this go viral. I think it needs to go viral. People need to see that this has always been the plan, and that is to go in, build communities, fence them off, annex, and move over and take over the next block, and that's exactly what has happened in Palestine.
Guys, this must go viral. I just discovered the secret of the Israeli narrative that they all have, which is identical as if it was scripted. Well, I have to tell you that it was scripted in the Israel Project's 2009 in Global Language Dictionary. Look at this. It's 116 pages. Global Language Dictionary. Take a look. Chapter 1, 25 Rules for Effective Communication. Wow. Chapter 6, Gaza, Israel's rights to self-defense and defensible borders. Chapter 8, Settlements. Chapter 11, the security fence and checkpoints. Wow. Chapter 15, talking about children and the culture of hate. Wow. Appendix 1, the toughest questions. Look at this. Look at this. Toughest questions. Everything is prepared.
Well, yeah, they've had this plan for a long time. Yeah, this has been planned out. They always knew what the plan was, right? And it wasn't to coexist with the Palestinians. It was to push them off their land and to take their land and take back what they thought is theirs. But I still haven't heard a convincing argument why Israel has any claim to that land. And I was raised a Christian Zionist. So try harder, please. Try harder to convince me that that's why they need to be there. It's beyond comprehensible to me. Ryan Dawson. Okay, Elon, 3 things that need to happen. And I really like this rant. I don't know if I really know much about Ryan Dawson, but I'm sure you guys do. Let me know. Jilly, you got your shirt. Yay.
3 things need to happen, he says. There's no choice but to kill those who insist on murdering civilians. And then re-educating people so they don't want to kill their neighbors. And there needs to be prosperity. But Israel has prosperity. And they insist on murdering civilians. This is a cyclical event that started way before October 7th. And re-educating them. I mean, these people think God gave them the land and that they're returning there after thousands of years and they can just boot everyone else off. You can't have settlements. You can't have racial colonization in the West Bank and pretend like you want peace or that you're not insane. And you can't pretend like you're bringing prosperity. And listen, it's not because, like Hamas brainwashed people in school to hate Israelis. They hate Israelis, not because they're Jewish, but because they're occupiers. When you murder someone's family members, they're gonna hate you, and should. If someone killed your kids, is there any amount of rhetoric that would change your mind on how you feel about that?
Not at all.
No. What Israel has done by murdering 1,400 civilians, minimal, in just this latest round of bombs, has guaranteed every victim that survived, everyone that has a dead or maimed child or dead relative, is going to hate them. And it's not because of education. It's because it's true. The actions of Israel beget terrorism because they are terrorism themselves. Terrorism begets terrorism. Palestinian civilians in the West Bank and Gaza are murdered by a state. They are colonized by a state. That's why they hate you.
It is why they hate you. So let's see. Gregory Walker says, fuck Ryan Dawson. If he's so banned online, how does everyone steal his work? Cut. Fuck. Okay. See, I told you guys would tell me. Like I said, I don't know much about him, but I agree with what he had to say there. He's not wrong. I mean, these are the things that Elon said, right? I brought all those videos for you guys yesterday, and Elon, everything Elon said really can apply to Israel. Not to Gaza, not to the Palestinians. That's crazy. Osama number 5 says, stream looks and sounds great today, Chanda. Thank you. I am in the old studio. No sound effects. I'm so bummed, but you know, I just don't think that my internet has enough oomph to push the new studio. So I'm back in the old studio for now, but I'm going to build a new OBS studio when I get home. That's such a nightmare. Such a nightmare, these streaming services. So Aaron's dad, Gabe, was over on Pierce. Why does everybody go on Pierce Morgan? If everybody would stop going on these asshole shows, they wouldn't have any fucking viewers because nobody's tuning in to watch Pierce Morgan. And if they are, they're unreachable. They're 100% unreachable. They're living in the mainstream narrative. And no matter who you put on that fucking show, you're not going to reach them. But I commend Gabe for going on there and at least setting the record straight, right? I mean, for what it's worth, I guess.
Israel's right to defense. Yeah. Yes, Israel has the right to defend itself. Every country does. But Israel has no right to impose an occupation on people. Now look, I was born in Hungary. In 1956, when I was 13, studying for Bar Mitzvah, there was the Great Hungarian Revolution against Soviet occupation. And it was after that revolution that we became refugees and came to Canada. Now, did Russia have the right to defend itself against the Hungarian revolutionaries? You know, so, and mostly when we talk about Israel's right of defense, we're taking isolated Palestinian actions, but we're not saying that this population also has the right to defend against the occupation. I'm not justifying the terrible events of October the 7th. I'm talking in the absence of historical awareness. It all just looks like Israel defending itself. But against whom? Against a population that has been massacring in a number of thousands for 80 years and taking their lands and destroying their homes and jailing their children and torturing them. That's the history. Now, unless we know that, it all looks like this poor little country trying to defend itself. But against whom? Against people that's been occupying and displacing for 80 years. That's the history, as Israeli historians have shown. I don't make this stuff up. I wish it wasn't true. I wish I could believe in the dream of the Jewish state. I love that dream. Except I found out at what price, at what nightmare that imposed on the Palestinians.
So well spoken at the end where he says, I love the Jewish dream. I wish it was real, but it's not real. It's a nightmare for the Palestinians. And that's exactly the truth of it when you're a Jew. You know, if you're against Israel as a Jewish person, then you're just an anti-Semite and a self-hating Jew, right? No, there's a huge swath of us that no, this is wrong. This is 100% wrong. I'm not, you know, it's wrong to perpetuate that they are the victim. You know, everybody out there, oh my gosh, poor Israel, poor Israel, poor Israel, right? But they're not the victim here. They are not. They are the occupier. And let's not forget that. I don't know who this is, but I think I like his message. So let's hear it. Maybe you guys know who it is. You guys a lot of times know more than I do.
So, some very important evidence has come out about how the United States shares Israel's genocidal intent in Gaza and, in fact, is trying to desperately cover it up. One of the most interesting facts that Politico uncovered was that the Biden administration has been opposing a humanitarian pause because it feared that such a pause would allow journalists to go into Gaza and expose even more than has already been exposed the destruction and the deaths that have occurred in Gaza, and that this would turn people's sentiments even greater against Israel. The other interesting thing that has happened is a lot of people have seen that viral video of a guy named Stuart Seldowitz, who I guess has been going around to different food carts in New York City run by people of Arabic descent. And in one case, he said that if Israel had killed 4,000 people in Gaza, that wasn't enough. And another, he threatened the owner of the food truck to report his father in Egypt to the authorities there so that his fingernails could be taken out. Well, this guy turns out to have been an advisor to Barack Obama and an advisor on Israeli-Palestinian relations, and apparently he received 3 honors while he was doing that. Again, this all exposes that despite all of these claims of concerns about humanitarianism and human rights, in fact, the people in our government, our leaders, even in the Democratic Party, which claims to be the more enlightened, kind, and gentle party, they have genocidal intent towards the Palestinian people and towards Arabs in general. Of course, the U.S. has killed millions of Arabs and Muslims since the so-called war on terror began in 2001. So none of this should surprise anyone, but it's interesting when the curtain reveals the hideousness of U.S. foreign policy.
And it is hideous, isn't it? Yes, we covered that last week. What a fucking asshole. Former Obama advisor, not just Obama, he advised Clinton and Bush too. And these moral assholes think that, I mean, this is just their sense of fucking entitlement that, hey, I can just go out on the street and any person of color that I see, I can shake them down for supporting what? I mean, the guy could hardly even speak English that he was talking to. This is just them dumping their moral superiority on other fucking people. And it's not just this guy. We've seen it with others, right? We're going to get to Shmuley. I got a lot to talk about Shmuley today. And Shmuley is just as fucking bad as, was it Schweizerwitz or Selderwitz? Yeah, just as fucking bad. I've got a clip that's just, it made me so mad. But let's talk about Oakland before we get there. So, Oakland has always had it rough. I was in Oakland during the fires, 4 or 5 years ago. I was coming back from Arizona and we got forced to land in Oakland because the California wildfires were so bad that the whole cabin filled with smoke. It was crazy. So they set us down, they put us down, and we're in Oakland, and now they're making us change planes, which wasn't planned, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, but talking to some of the workers at Oakland, at the airport there, holy fuck, they are living rough. I mean, they have it rough in San Mateo County, but Oakland's really got it bad. I mean, I haven't been there in a long time out on the street, but it was shocking. And yet they took the time to push a city council resolution through at their local level that calls for a ceasefire for Hamas. So when they should be focusing on, I don't know, crime, poverty, homelessness in their area, they are using their city council to put a resolution out there that says, we, the people of Oakland, want a goddamn ceasefire. That to me was just like, wow. I mean, that is caring about others in the world, right? And so let's hear what they had to say at the city council in Oakland yesterday.
There's not been beheadings of babies and rapings. Israel murdered their own people on October 7th.
Calling Hamas a terrorist organization is ridiculous, racist, and plays into genocidal propaganda that is flooding our media and that we should be doing everything possible to combat.
I support the right of Palestinians to resist occupation, including through Hamas, the armed wing of the unified Palestinian resistance.
As an Arab, asking with this context to condemn Hamas is very anti-Arab racist.
The notion that this was a massacre of Jews is a fabricated narrative. Many of those killed on October 7th,
Thank you, ma'am. Your time is up.
Including children, were killed by the IDF. An amendment condemning Hamas is bald propaganda meant to...
Thank you. Your time is up.
To hear them complain about Hamas violence is like listening to a wife-beater complain when his wife finally stands up and fights back.
Question. Did anyone else notice that those who oppose this resolution are old white supremacists?
There's been a lot of atrocity propaganda ranging from claims of beheaded babies to mass rape.
Hamas is not a terrorist organization just because the U.S. and Israel deems it so. Hamas is a resistance organization that is fighting for the liberation of Palestinian people and their land.
So there you have it. Of course, the corporate captured city council was trying to insert language that would condemn Hamas. So, like, this is the way it is when we do these resolutions at the local level. I have worked on many of them. You'll come in with the resolution and then they will try to insert language that null and voids it, basically. So, yeah, the people of Oakland are calling for a ceasefire and the city council's like, yeah, Well, let's add some language that says we want a ceasefire, but we're condemning Hamas. I mean, it's gross. But I'm so happy to see people at their local level fighting back because that's where they always tell us to go, right? Start at the local level. Air horns and moving trucks, how Oakland's California residents are facing a surge in crime. Are we shocked? No. This was back in August, so I can't take it anymore. Why one lifelong Oakland resident is leaving. I couldn't imagine living in Oakland. I 100% could not imagine living in Oakland. And that was years ago. I really couldn't imagine it now for sure. Okay, let's talk about Shmuley. Fucking Shmuley. This guy, he is so revolting for sure. So we started off yesterday with RFK Jr. Bobby. He was doing his homework and he sat in for a learning session with the IDF international spokesperson. And rarely have I been so as pressed with my dear friend Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as he took the most detailed and extensive notes in a very deep dive into the Israel-Hamas war with a special briefing with the IDF international spokesperson. Yeah, okay. You mean he took a propaganda course in the IDF? Is that what you're telling me? Because I don't see him wanting the true fucking story of what's happening in Gaza. No, RFK Jr. is a fucking clown who has put there to take votes away from Trump, and that's the only reason he's there. He's not there to win. He's not there to do anything but to keep people inside in the system, right? Even though he's independent now, that doesn't mean shit. It really doesn't mean shit because his only purpose is to take votes from Trump, and he can still do that as an independent. Just saying. I still love this meme. It's still my favorite Bobby meme. You know what's not cool, Bobby? Being a bitch ass Zionist. Yeah, not cool, Bobby. You could have had the support of the people. You could have, but you didn't want to listen to the fucking people, right? You wanted to sell out to your owners and your lapdogs. And that's exactly why Dennis Kucinich gave you the finger and jumped off your sinking ship. So Professor Shmuley has been out there dropping fucking videos. Remember I brought you the one last week where he's running around naked in a fucking hotel acting like he's being bombed and he wasn't? Like, it was so gross. I think he just wanted to show you his sack or some shit. I don't know. I was waiting for that towel to drop any minute and I was going to click off, man. Don't want to see that. Did you know that his grown daughter runs like the biggest sex shop in Israel? Yeah, a rabbi. What is up with these fucking rabbis and porn? Is it not in your guys' great book that's like not a good thing? It blows my mind that these guys, they're just very open about it. So here he is in London. Now, I think he did a guest spot on Piers Morgan. I don't know why these assholes go on there, but the person that opposed him apparently is living rent-free in his head. And so he keeps dropping these videos. I only brought one. There's 3 videos out there that were just not even worth our time. So here's the first one.
Hi, everyone. I'm being stopped all over the streets of London.
Here you're being stopped all over.
Tower Bridge, which I consider the most beautiful bridge in the world. Hannah doesn't.
No, not exactly.
But we are here to announce we're so grateful to our brother, Mohammed Hijab, for continually... Thanks, Mohammed. For continually promoting Hannah's kosher sex company based on the book that I wrote. And especially the lubricants that he spoke about.
Oh, that's right, the super slippery ones.
Super slippery ones.
Couldn't handle the facts, we had to go after my dad's kids.
So in honor and in recognition and in gratitude
Yes,
for
thank
Muhammad continually giving your company international promotion. What are we doing, Hannah?
We're having a discount. A Muhammad hijab discount.
There's a new Muhammad hijab discount code. You go to kosher.sex, right?
Kosher.sex. At the checkout, you can put in Mo hijab.
Mo hijab,
and-
M-O-H-I-J-A-B. Okay?
So your sex can be both holy and hot.
Right.
Now
Or
your sex
it
becomes
could
your
be,
sex.
listen, it's even better the way Muhammad said it. It could be unholy schmoly. The unholy schmoly sex is even better than the holy schmoly.
Muhammad hijab.
So Muhammad, thank you for promoting Chana's. We really appreciate it. I was there to debate Israel, but you took the opportunity to really give Chana's company all
Appreciate you.
Right, all made in Israel products, correct?
Yeah, thank God. Our
So
first
Muhammad's
product's
gonna
coming out,
help.
Our first kosher sex product made in Israel.
Right.
And some of the proceeds are going to go to soldiers, God willing. So, yeah, that's launching today.
And you could see that Muhammad wore in the debate the white and blue of the Israeli flag. So he was out to promote Israeli companies and promote Israel and promote kosher sex especially because he kept on speaking about it. So again, you go to kosher. This is for real, right? You go to kosher.
Okay, I'm so over it. I don't want to hear about their kosher sex shop where you can find a butt plug that's shaped like Shmooly. Like, is that what they're selling? So gross. Absolutely 100% disgusting. Yeah, I mean, have your sex toys, do what you want, but seriously, you got to use the death of tens of thousands of Palestinians to sell your fucking sex toys? Ugh, so gross. This guy is so fucking cringe, but it doesn't stop. Oh, here's a picture of her with her book, Kosher Sex, at her kosher sex shop in Israel. Yeah, there might be a couple of schmooly shaped butt plugs in there. Pretty sure there is. How fucking gross. Absolutely gross. Yeah, mother of God. So gross. But it doesn't end. Wait, there's more. So Shmooly in his downtime, much like the Obama advisor, just loves to go out on the streets, and if he sees somebody who might even support Palestine, hell, they might just have red, green, and black clothes on, he's gonna let him know how he fucking feels. Now you tell me, who is in the wrong here? He literally comes out of fucking nowhere and starts screaming at these guys who are already being talked to by the cops and inserts himself in it. This is the fucking entitled bougie fucking bullshit from these goddamn people. This is gonna piss you off. It pissed me seriously off.
I want you to see how these thugs operate.
These thugs. You're the thug.
Pro-Palestinian, anti-Israel, anti-Semite, trying to destroy all the traffic on Broadway on a Saturday night of Thanksgiving. He's being summoned by the police. They, of course, cover their faces because they always want to show intimidation. Look at this.
How is it any of your business?
Whoever this guy is. Hey, how's it going? You hate Jews, huh? Yeah. Let's see your face.
Ugh.
Let's see your face. Come on, let's see your face. Yes, come on, let's see it. You afraid? Afraid to show your face? Let's see your face. Let's see your face.
Holy Christians call it porky.
They're antagonizing.
You're
people.
antagonizing. Nobody was even
No.
talking
Don't
to
hold
you.
a sign saying Comedy Central and then start attacking Jews, okay? Take it down.
Oh my God. Just because somebody told me to shut up, you're attacking Jews.
You don't need all of that, all right?
So with all due respect,
No.
they intimidate Jews
That's
like
fine.
us,
There's
okay?
The cop's telling him to shut up now.
Just keep walking and you don't need to.
That's fine, but he doesn't have to start antagonizing
Just
me.
keep going. Don't start up anything.
We Jews have been bullying
Fine,
enough.
have a good one.
Don't bully me.
He is the
Thank you,
bully.
officer. Have a good night.
Oh, we've been bullied enough. I can't stand this jackass either. Looks like fucking doll.
Okay, so you guys heard all that. The guy with the comedy sign is trying to bully me. I'm not going to be bullied.
You're the one
You
on
see
the
that
street
guy
just
over
fucking
there
random screaming at people.
You know, the funny thing is, you got to see this to believe it. No, I don't want to get arrested, but I was just telling the
You need to
police,
be
we Jews have been bullied enough. We're not going to be bullied more. And look at this, by the way. They don't even have a license. The guy doesn't even have a license.
That's his problem,
Unbelievable. He
not
doesn't even
yours.
have a license. Incredible.
Oh my God. That I told you that one just fucking triggers me, man. It triggers me. That was none of his business. The police were handling it. He inserts himself, starts screaming at him. And then when some sign holder who's out there for Comedy Central says, "Hey, why don't you shut up?" He goes, "Why do you hate Jews?" Oh my gosh. This is the mentality that we are dealing with globally right now, and it sucks. Their entitlement fucking sucks. I mean, what more can you say? They are the bullies. They're 100% the fucking bullies. And yeah, that's RFK Jr.'s best friend, if you didn't know. So there you are. And apparently his campaign manager, because he's making all the decisions on what RFK supports. So we don't support RFK Jr. God, for a small glimpse, like maybe a week, we thought we might have a candidate, but we didn't. We don't have a candidate at all this year. So another one of those entitled gated community fucking Hollywood types stepped up yesterday, but this time in support of Palestine, which I'm not ranking on. I'm just ranking on how she's doing it. It just turned my stomach yesterday. So Cynthia Nixon goes on a hunger strike to protest Israel-Hamas conflict. It's a fucking war, not a conflict. It's a war, honey. But the Hollywood Reporter's not going to tell you that. So I go, yeah, Joy Behar goes, so what? Who cares? So I go, okay, well, that's cool. She's going to raise attention to the plight of the Palestinian, how they're starving. They're literally living on a little bit of bread, no water. You know, we've seen some pretty innovative ways that they're cooking this bread for themselves. I don't remember what they call their daily bread. But anyway, so I click on the article and it says, and I quote, I'll read it to you, that she is going on a fucking 2-day hunger strike. So Sex and the City star joined a group of progressive lawmakers at a protest rally outside of the White House on Monday, where they called for permanent Israel ceasefire in Gaza. Okay, I support that. The 57-year-old actress and activist confirmed that she's embarking on a hunger strike for 2 days. 2 days. Oh my God, 2 days? Are you serious? You're going to starve to death. You might be in risk of dying or something. Like 2 days for us in the trailer park. That's just the end of the month, honey. Yeah, we go without all the goddamn time. So, I mean, it's just that mentality that I'm glad that she brought some awareness. I brought a clip of her talking about it if we want to listen to it. But for me, it's like you're that fucking out of touch with the people in your own country that are fucking starving that you think a 2-day hunger strike, that's a fast. That's not even a big fast. That's a light fast. Like, what the hell? Dear God. And fasting. That's what I was like, 2 days? 2 days is not a hunger strike. A hunger strike is 50 plus days in my mind. Like, don't you think? I think you could. I think some of these hunger strikes we've seen over the years, you can go, you can go a long fucking time without food as long as you're getting water. Yeah, I just find it stupid. I'm glad that she's standing up for Palestine. I really am. And I'm not ranking on her for that. I'm ranking on her for the way she's doing it. So let's hear her stupid video. Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares. It definitely offended Joy Behar. Okay, let's hear from her. And let me tell you, age is catching up with her. No matter how much Hollywood money you have, time marches on. Come on, play.
We just had a press conference where we explained who we are and why we're here. Because we have almost 15,000 civilians killed in just 7 weeks, 70% of whom are children and women. And to put that in some kind of perspective, that's more civilians than were killed in 20 years of war in Afghanistan by the U.S. and U.S. allies.
That's perspective.
Yeah.
Wow.
The deaths that we have seen are largely due to the bombs, but so many Palestinians now are on the verge of starvation. Only 7% of the nutrition they need is being let in on a daily basis. So we are here hunger striking just to sort of mirror to Biden the kind of deprivation that is happening in Gaza and how he has it within his power to make a ceasefire happen and to allow humanitarian aid in.
Is there anything else?
Humanitarian aid in. Now, we heard that there was 3 planes of humanitarian aid that went to Israel yesterday. I am not confirming that they actually made it into Gaza because I haven't heard of any humanitarian aid actually making it into Gaza, right? There's a shit ton built up around the borders waiting to go in. But from what I hear, the IDF is not letting it in. So, yeah, that meme, that's a great meme, isn't it? I mean, it really sums it up in one little meme. But do you condemn Hamas? We saw the video footage yesterday of the Al Sharif hospital where they left the babies to die. They literally left them in the middle of beds and they were all dead. I mean, if you want to see that video, go over to Fiorel Isabel. She's got it up. I don't bring that stuff because you know what? We have a hard enough time coping, and I'm just not going to bring the death, murder, mayhem to my show. But you guys are more than welcome to go look at it. I look at it every day. I see it, but I'm not here for that, right? Music festival. Yeah, we're hearing a lot about this. Music festival massacre survivors involuntarily committed due to mental breakdowns. Involuntarily committed due to mental breakdowns. So, mental health experts urge the health ministry to address the PTSD surge needs of numerous victims after delaying in a provided support already in an ailing health system. Wait, you're telling me Israel's got an ailing health system with all of the fucking money we give them? Are you kidding me? They have an ailing health system in Israel. I'm sure that it's much worse than the one here in America. Not at all. This is gross. And involuntarily means that they are coming and grabbing them and locking them up. Why? Because there has been a narrative that has been sold to us since October 7th. And that is that poor little Israel was just going about their business. And all of a sudden, Hamas just came and attacked them and tortured them and killed them. And everything they told us about that was a fucking lie. I mean, more and more stories are coming out about how, of course, we know the 40 babies were not beheaded, but what about the individuals that they said were killed and kidnapped and R-worded that are now fine at home with their families? And no, that's not exactly what happened. And a lot of the ones that we heard that the IDF said, oh, Hamas did, it was the IDF. There is so much information out there now that counters the Israel, we were the victim narrative, right? They don't want the truth out there. They do not want the truth out there because they've been pushing hard for their lie about October 7th. Fiorel Isabel, I didn't think I had a fee says, but at the last minute I got a fee says. Fee says, find someone who looks at you the way released Israel hostages look at Hamas. And you can't deny it. We've had 3 batches of prisoners released now, and the footage for every single one of them, these captives, I call it Stockholm syndrome if you want. But when somebody takes care of you and you see how they're living and how their family members are being killed and they've taken care of you, you're going to have a little connection between them, I would think. And that's what we're seeing. Has anybody seen any interviews? I haven't seen any interviews from any of the released hostages on either side. I think I've actually seen more Palestinian footage than I have of the Israel prisoners that have been released. Not shocking at all. Not at all. Ryan Christian over at The Last American Vagabond. I love stealing his work. I don't steal his work, but I'll bring it to you and tell you guys to go watch his work. So, Pennsylvania's water system hacked by Iran-backed hackers who leave a message down with Israel. Taking bets, was this a clumsy, ham-fisted work of Mossad or CIA? Put in the chat, one for Mossad, one for CIA. Who do you think hacked Pennsylvania's water system and left a down with Israel message? I'm going to guess 2. But Mossad and CIA work so close to goddamn together. I mean, they could be the same thing just depending on where you're at. So there is no wrong answers, right? I guess there is no wrong answers. Hack the planet. You've been hacked. We were talking about hacking yesterday. Yeah. 22222. Yeah. Like I said, there is no wrong answers. It could be Mossad and CIA working together, but I'm gonna wager that it wasn't Iran. Just saying. I mean, if Iran wants to start shit, they know how to, I would think. For sure. We were talking about the hacking. We never get the true information on hacking ever. I mean, every day there is major hacks going on all around the world. Cities are hacked, corporations are hacked, and they don't go out there and advertise that shit. They want you to think it's all secure unless they want you to know about it, right? The only time we know about major hackings is when they want to politicize it, commercialize it. They've got some reason for letting you know that something's been hacked. Other than that, totally off the radar for most Americans. They don't even think about it, right? You don't think how easily anything could be hacked. Oh, I see Oz brought us a Sabby Says. What is Sabby talking about? Let's see. The cover is, trying to read it. Pierce Elon visits BB. Bernie presses on victims. Yeah, fuck Bernie. Biden divide. Okay, let's hear from Sabby. Sabby Says.
We'll jump down here and you'll see in 2022, since 2022, the CBC's top APAC recipients include Representative Glenn Ivey from Maryland. He has received over $56,000. Hakeem Jeffries, who has taken over $485,000. Valerie Fushi, who has taken over $456,000. Richie Torres received over $459,000, and Chantel Brown, who received over $349,000. These people are not there to help the Black community, guys. These people are there to serve those lobbyists so that they keep their seat. Hakeem Jeffries isn't going to stand up against the state of Israel because he knows they'll send someone out to primary challenge him too. These are not the MLKs. These are not the Malcolm X's. These are not the Fred Hamptons. Because if they were, they wouldn't be there in the first place. Keep that in mind. They would not be there in the House in the first place if they really cared about some type of transformative change for the Black community. They would be out helping people on the streets. Someone in the chat mentioned Muhammad Ali. They're not the Muhammad Alis either.
Oh, heck no. Heck no. Excellent point. Gosh, do you see some of those? That's enough to, those $500,000, $750,000. And we wonder why we can't get anything accomplished and why they bend the knee. Because when somebody gives you $750,000 fucking dollars, you're going to do what they say. 100%. Hardlands Media, Kit, he had a great segment this morning about Black Lives Matter founders endorsing Trump and how the Black community has completely had it with the Democratic Party and how the Democratic Party has used their vote, used their voice, and they're fed up. They're tired of being owned by the Democratic Party. And I'm glad to see it. Not that I'm supporting Trump, but I'm glad to see that, the people of colors are starting to say enough with the Democratic Party using us, because they do it to all of them. They do it for the Latino vote, right? They do it for the Black vote. They just, you're going to listen to us. You're going to vote for us. And you don't have any say over policy. So I'm glad to see it. But yeah, they're all owned by AIPAC. We know it. 100%. So yesterday was Rosalind Carter's funeral, right? So we saw all of the former heads of state coming together as one, and there's so much to talk about. So first off, let's talk about Trump was a no-show. Can you blame him? But Melania showed up and represented her husband. And the craziest thing is where she's sitting, that's normally where the first lady would sit, but instead they put her there next to Michelle. Just weird. And there they are filing out of the church. I've never been a big Melania fan, but I kind of got a feel for her on this one. God, would you want to sit there next to those vile fucking people? I get why Trump didn't go. So the sun was shining on Melania Trump today at Rosalind Carter's tribute service. All the Democrats and Bush's wife were in the shadows. Yeah, they do look. There is a contrast between light and dark on this, right? I think so, right? Remember when she hated Christmas? There was that leaked video footage or it was sound clip of her saying, "What the fuck do I care about Christmas for? I got more important things to do than decorating." And then they said she hated Christmas after that, right? Then she did all those blood red trees. Yeah, it was crazy. But the Christmas tree, speaking of the Christmas tree, it took a dive, and we're going to talk about that in a second. I thought it was the next slide. But so they all traveled on Air Force One together, not Melania, but the in group, right? This is the same group. Yeah, you remember the trees. This is the same group that hangs out with Tom Hanks and Bruce Springsteen and Oprah Winfrey. We need to come up with a good fucking name for this little gang that they've created, right? It's this little bougie gang that controls the world, and don't think they don't. So Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Michelle Obama, all traveling with Joe Biden on Air Force One to Georgia today. To be a fly on the wall on that plane, right? Yeah, that's where they were all hanging out, but they took advantage of coming together because there's a lot to talk about. There's an election coming up, and maybe Biden won't be their nominee. Maybe they should talk about new nominees. I brought you a little footage of them coming off of Air Force One together. Looks a little windy. Could you imagine having to respect this asshole and salute him? Look at the power. I mean, that's what I saw when I saw this. Okay, that was boring. I ain't doing 5 minutes of that. No, I don't know if there's actual. Do you see Bill and Hillary? I thought you saw Bill and Hillary. Maybe I saw a different video. So, anyways, there is all these meetings going on while they were together, right? And it makes me wonder, because I brought you this clip yesterday. Hillary Clinton among the top picks to run in 2024 if Joe Biden doesn't. Now, what do you guys think? You think that they're just going to wait till after the new year? I mean, primary season really starts to kick in January, right? January, February, March, we're really on the ground doing fucking primary. And if they're going to stick with Biden and run through the primary with him, I mean, they're going to have to do a change if they're not going to use Biden. A lot of people say they're going to use Biden all the way up to the convention, and then they'll nominate a different candidate from the convention floor. What do you think? I mean, it's been done in history. It has been done in history. I want to say it happened in the 30s, right? So they could do that. But who will it be? Will it be Newsom? Yeah, Newsom Hillary watch. Could you imagine a Newsom Hillary ticket? Oh my God. A Hillary Newsom ticket? Hillary's not going to bend the knee and take the VP spot. Hell no. She's had it in her head. She's going to be the first female president her whole entire life. So this might be her tricky way of sneaking in, is to come in at the convention with Newsom, steal it from Biden, because, hey, he can't do another 4 years. The whole fucking world knows that shit. What primary? Are we even going to have a primary? We do have a new virus out there. Well, it's not a new virus, but pneumonia. And hey, maybe they shut shit down. Maybe they do like they did 4 years ago, and they do a virtual convention where they just shut everybody's mics down and tell you how it's going to be. You don't have any input on that. I am planning to head to Chicago for the convention. I figure I'll start fundraising after the new year, because it's always so expensive to go into these conventions because every hotel within 100 miles gets bought out, right? So I plan on being there. I want to go kick it with Kit and Harlan's Media. That'll be good. And all of our brothers and sisters that come in if we have a convention, right? So while they were in town, they decided they would meet up with a few others. So Argentina's Milili to meet Biden aide after lunch with Bill Clinton. So they didn't even send Biden, right? He doesn't even get to talk to Biden. He gets to talk to one of his aides. You're not important when they just send an aide. But he had lunch with the Clintons. So the WEF president of Argentina is now in New York with the Clintons. Did you actually think this guy was going to save you? We told you he wasn't going to save you. We knew he was a World Economic Forum, a young leader, global leader, and he's just another sure thing, right? How many times has Klaus bragged that they have captured and inserted these people all over, including Tulsi Gabbard? Far right, all financed by Zionists. Yeah, so yeah, there is a Zionist far right push. So weird. So weird. Politics are weird, right? The Zionist far right. I mean, we have the Zionist far right here, but oh, this is this is one of those delusional social media influencers that Biden fucking hired. Now, this isn't Harry Sessions. This is the other one. They look exactly alike if you ask me, but listen to this delusional shit.
Straight up, if you don't vote for Biden in 2024, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do. You're going to have to explain to millions of women across the country why there's a national abortion ban and they no longer have the constitutional fundamental right to an abortion. You're going to have to come to me and explain to me why the nearly $1 trillion we've invested in climate change over the last 3 years for my future is gone, wiped away just like that. We're investing billions of dollars into fossil fuels because we no longer believe in climate change. You're going to have to explain to your friends and your family why there's mass deportation camps set up around the country, why we're mass deporting immigrants. You're going to have to explain to everybody why the Trump administration is appointing federal judges to make sure he can overturn any election he wants.
Oh my God, shut up about the federal judges.
The FBI and the Department of Education are all gone, gutted. Can you do that? You're going to take all the progress we've made over the last 3 years, LGBTQ plus rights, gun control, climate change, abortion, all that, gone instantaneously. I do not understand the concept of a no vote. It's clear to me. Look,
you don't
even if you
understand
don't
much,
like
honey.
Joe Biden that much, that's fine. This is what I'd say to you. You can vote for the old guy with a stutter, or you can vote for the old guy with 91 felonies who sexually abuses women, who commits fraud, and wants to overturn elections. That's my message to you.
Doesn't it just make you so mad? How fucking delusional was that? 91 charges. That's because nobody will actually charge Biden with his sexual fucking crimes. We know what those are, right? Tara Reid hiding in Russia right now. So that way the State Department's not weaponized against her for telling the truth about what Joe Biden did to her when she was one of his congressional aides many years ago. We know the truth. This kid is fucking delusional. And yes, dumb people are always blissfully unaware of how dumb they really are, right? And then to bring in the Supreme Court, shut the fuck up. I know you weren't even thought of yet when this was in play, but Obama could have replaced RBG with, if they would have just sent her to a nursing home, right? But no, he thought Hillary had it. Hillary's going to be president, so we don't have to worry about the Supreme Court at this time. And then they lost their shit when they realized, oh my God, Trump won and he is going to stack the Supreme Court, which he did. What did Trump put 3 of them in? Obama could have put a couple, but no, Obama could have ratified Roe v. Wade too, codified, I mean, but he didn't. The Democrats never have. The Democrats could have done it how many times in the last 80 years or 60 years? When was Roe v. Wade? 60s, so 50 years. They could have done it multiple times. They didn't do it under Clinton. They didn't do it under Obama. This fear tactic of be scared because these are the things they're going to do to you only works on dumbass college kids like you, honey. That's my take on it. These kids are so dumb. And he's paid for that too. He gets paid. I don't know how much they get paid per post. We've heard 2,000 a post. We've heard 5,000 a post, but the Biden administration has been very open that they have hired these kids, these social media influencers, to get out there and try to sway the younger vote. And I don't know. It's just gross. Isn't it gross? So the Christmas tree took a fall yesterday. It was very windy in DC. Did you guys see this? The tree toppled. And I don't know if this was prophecy or what, but if the Christmas tree falls, the world comes to an end. I don't know what it is.
Near the White House, the National Park Service, they told us just within the last 15 minutes that a big gust of wind knocked over the national Christmas tree. It's all set for a big tree lighting ceremony on Thursday. Our Delia Gonsalves just arrived on the scene. So, Delia, we know that the National Park Service is assessing the damage. What can you see from your vantage point?
Unfortunately, we can't see a whole lot. We did circle around the ellipse for some time, but we can see this massive crane that they brought in, and that crane is working very carefully to try to upright that Christmas tree that fell. We're told the Christmas tree fell just around 2 o'clock this afternoon. It was a completely decorated tree. I'm told the contractor is willing to come back and redecorate, but they're not even certain if this tree is salvageable at this point. As you can imagine, and you saw me all bundled up, the wind is biting today. Very strong gusts here in downtown D.C. So that tree falling over at 2 o'clock this afternoon hasn't been lifted just yet, so it's unclear what the condition of that tree will be. However, we're told the show will go on.
Well, we also have been told that they've canceled the tree lighting ceremony that was set for tomorrow till they figure out what they're doing with the tree. I don't know if they can salvage this tree or not. We haven't heard, but it was fully decorated. So when it went down, very, very sad for the tree. But isn't it a perfect cherry on the top of the Biden administration? Like, they suck so bad they can't even get the Christmas tree right. Like, I mean, you think they'd have that thing like bolted down or something. When they just panned into it, it looked like it just had like a metal rod shoved in it, and that's how they had it seated. It makes no sense to me. But this didn't stop the QAnon people. You know, the Q-tards, they're still out there, guys. The Q-tards are still in full on conspiracy mode. So between the state funeral yesterday, what Melania wore, and the tree falling down, the QAnon prophecy is the Biden administration's coming to an end. Because Q has got it right so many times in the past. I'm gonna just hold on every word that the Q-tards have to say, right? We've been calling QAnon out since day one for the psych op that it actually is. 100% Who is Q? Is it the CIA? Is it the FBI? I don't know, but it's somebody, because they sure in the hell haven't got much right, and they haven't gone away. So I just thought that was funny. Yeah, okay. It was prophesized, right? But while we're talking about QAnon, right? Elon had to take his Pizzagate tweet down, right? Because they were going to pull all the advertising. They're still pulling advertising. But there's been a meme that's been going around, and I don't have it. Q is Santa Claus. Q is Santa Claus. That says something to the fact of all of the sex traffickers or Pizzagate's real, and then it goes on to say that no, we have experts that say it's not real, and then the next meme says, yeah, but they've all been arrested for sex trafficking. And that is the reality of it. You guys see this arrest? I think I got this one from Ryan Christian too. Senior Pentagon official Stephen Hovenick, Chief of Staff for all military schools, overseer of education of thousands of military dependent children, getting arrested in connection with a human trafficking ring. What? We told you those in control are those that are doing it.
Wade County Sheriff's Office released their motel video of Stephen Hovenick and an undercover officer during a human trafficking sting November 15th. During his arrest, he claimed that he was at the hotel to get a massage. Deputies say his interaction with the undercover officer raises questions about that claim.
So what's up? Steve, by the way. Hey, nice to meet you. How you doing? Beautiful. Thank you. So that shower before I got here. I appreciate it. So I'm going to come in here and shower.
Hovenick has been identified as the chief of staff for all military schools in the U.S. and oversees the education of thousands of military-dependent children. He's 64 years old and lives in Sharpsburg, according to his arrest report.
So, will you have that should be fine, but I'm just going to let you know I don't play the food head. That's all. I'm sure. That's it. Okay. I think that's fair. I'm sure.
Deputies say when Hovenick entered the room, he removed his sunglasses and placed them next to a package of condoms that deputies had staged in the room. They say the two-day undercover operation led to the arrest of 26 people, including Johns who allegedly solicited sex, as well as prostitutes who allegedly offered it for sale. They say they also identified 6 potential victims of human. Wichita County Sheriff's Office.
Well, that was weird. I must have cut that there, but yeah. So yeah, they had a sting, and he just happened. Senior Pentagon official just happened to get caught up in that sting. Right? Just proves to you that they're doing that 100%. We got a Super A hanging out over on the Rokfin, DC. DC says Adlai Stevenson was given a Democratic Party presidential candidate nomination in 1952 and 1956, despite not having support during the actual primary contest in 1952. In fact, he didn't even run for the nominee in 52, but Harry Truman and the party bosses gave him the nominee anyways because democracy or whatever. Right. I want to say they did the same thing with Roosevelt too at some point. Like he wasn't the nominee, but then they gave him the nominee it was sometime in the 30s, I want to say. So I knew that there was historical precedent for them to do that at the convention. The Democrats, they'd like to do that. Like, oh, hey, by the way, this is who we're going to have run, even though we've had somebody else for the last 2 years. It's gross. Why him? What do you mean, why him? Why did he get picked up? Because he was in the wrong place, apparently. Okay, so yesterday I brought you guys this picture, right? And we talked about the video, and I brought you the sound clip. So this is supposedly John Podesta hurting a small child, aka getting the adrenochrome flowing. You know what I'm saying? We've talked about this many times. And so many of you guys kept hitting me up yesterday. What's that video? Where's that video? I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to bring it. It's horrific to listen to. But whoever did the video did a voice analysis of the person in the background that you're hearing alongside of John Podesta's voice. And guess what? They match up. Imagine science, bitches. So, discretion advised on this. If you don't want to hear it, turn it down. It's fucking horrible.
What's my name? What's my name? My other name. What do you call me? I am your father. From now on, you will call me your father. Stop! You will call me your father. What is my name, huh?
I'm just a kid who's 4. Each day I grow some more. Singing! Each day I grow some more. I'm there, something more. I'll stand. I do. Tracy, Daddy, finding my way. Growing up is not so tough.
Don't you? You think you're hot shit, don't you? You will call me. You will call me. You will call me. Say it again.
Just get lost. Just get lost. Just get lost.
Okay, I know that's hard to watch, and that's why I didn't bring it the first time. Whoa, my cats are destroying my green screen. Thank you, cats. Bullshits. They're all riled up. I know that's hard to watch, and I'm sorry for those who didn't want to hear that. But okay, so you hear him say my name, what's my name? And the kid screams, John, and he goes, no, what do you call me? And he says, Skippy. Now, we all know that is John Podesta's nickname is Skippy, right? And then when they slowed the video down or the sound down, he says, I am John Podesta, right? That's what it sounds like he's fucking saying. And then when you compare the voices on top of each other, the voice signatures, they look a lot alike. So this is old. This has been around for a long fucking time. Of course, this isn't this one's not half as bad as the Hillary Abedin one. And there you are. You've heard it now. That was hard to listen to, wasn't it? But tell me that's not John Podesta. Tell me it's not. Because I absolutely, when you know what these fuckers are doing behind closed doors, how they're satanic assholes and they believe that they can steal your power and your fucking essence and that children are the best to do it to, of course they're doing this shit to them. MK Ultra, yes, exactly, Jilly. The voice prints are accurate. I agree, Popeye. I think 100% that is John Podesta. And Pizzagate, I'm on the left. I was on the left. And I got to tell you, Pizzagate is a huge part of how I woke up and said, fuck the Democratic Party. Even after they screwed Bernie Sanders, I stayed inside that party working for change. But when you know the higher ups and what they're really fucking about, I mean, there is no denying that there's some facet doing this shit. Absolutely. So sorry to bring that for you, but you guys asked for it. So there you go. Keith Olbermann, he's very, very upset about the anti-Semitic Pizzagate. So he says, I am done with the anti-Semitic Pizzagate site, aka Twitter. The podcast post just after midnight Eastern, Monday, Thursday nights, fuck Elon Musk. So he's advertising his show in and amongst saying, I hate Twitter and fuck Elon Musk, but I'm going to use your site to, promote my crap. And he keeps promising to leave, then leave. So after Musk's endorsement of the QAnon Pizzagate conspiracy theory, I won't be posting here anymore. You promise? You fucking promise? We keep begging you to go away and you won't go away. And I like the comment pizza with Hillary, right? Go away, Keith Olbermann. Nobody cares that you don't like Twitter. Nobody. Jimmy follows him? Does that what it says? Oh my God, it does. It says followed by Charlie Kirk and Jimmy Dore and Patrick David. Here, I'll bring that back up. I'm going to come out of it for a second so I can move. There, I'll move that. Make that big. Okay. Now you can see it. Jax, you're absolutely right. It says followed by Charlie Kirk, Jimmy Dore, and Patrick Bet David. I mean, I know Jimmy would say, yeah, I just follow him because he's a dumb asshole and he says stupid shit and I can bring it to my show. But maybe some of us should be messaging Jimmy and saying, maybe you shouldn't be following Keith Olbermann. Just saying. Oh, that was so gross. Keith Olbermann is so nasty and gross that I had to bring you guys a palate cleanse because we need a palate cleanse after that shit. Who follows Charlie Kirk? Apparently, I don't know. Charlie Kirk follows Keith Olbermann. Here we go. I brought you guys a cute little pig because who doesn't like a cute little piggy? Aw, isn't he handsome? He's so handsome. Oh, he's so cute. And how about some panda dogs? Have you seen these raccoon dogs? These are raccoon dogs. That's right. So cute. I might need a raccoon dog. They kind of look like a wolf and a raccoon had a baby. I don't know, just crazy. But that was your too cute palate cleanse for the day. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about Ukraine. So Ukraine, we keep talking about how the Ukraine war is over, right? But is the Ukraine war over? No, we just sent another $350 million, $350 million on top of everything else that we have spent on Ukraine. We're still spending more. They're still fighting, but they're running out of fighters. Why? Because the fucking Nazis are pussies and they're running for their lives. And here's a video of it. So, like Ras says, this hashtag Ukraine, hashtag Nazi decided not to die for hashtag Ukraine or hashtag Zelensky, or in the big mess of other hashtag Nazis and disgraceful people like him have created in the country under censorship of the West and escape like coward rats to the European Union. Let's see.
Мы тупо съебались.
We fucking escaped.
Да, мы тупо съебались. Я сейчас расплачусь.
My eyes are fucking watering. Oh my God. We escaped Ukraine.
Я нахуй, дом меня сюда везут. Фу, мы только что чуть на вертолет не попали.
We almost got caught by that chopper.
Фу, так вот тот первый раз он пролетал, а тут я вообще его просто видел, ну ты типа спиной сидел, я дерево обнял, и тупо ну видел, как эти пограничники. Если бы мы до эту хуйню сейчас выходили, тут колючка была, и нам бы пизда была. А так мы сейчас тихоньку по лесу спустимся, и все. Там нахуй поконемся. Мусоров.
So there you are. Those are actual Nazis. There's the pictures of the guys that are in the video right next to it in their, showing off their Nazi tats and their Nazi clothes. So I've seen so many other videos that I didn't bring. So what they're doing is if you're young, 17, 18-year-old guy and you're in Ukraine and you don't want to suit up and fight for the Nazis, well, then they lock you up. And I literally saw a video of a young guy escaping out of one of these lockup facilities where they're putting the Ukrainians who don't want to fight. So that's leaving them a little short staffed. So, they're putting old people and pregnant women out there. Now, I kept hearing about this damn video about a pregnant Ukrainian woman who was fighting on the front lines and the Russians find her. And I hadn't actually seen the video, but Redacted dropped a short and I thought I'd bring it for you guys so you could check it out too.
Was a woman who was surrendering to the Russian army, and she says, don't shoot me, I'm pregnant. And the Russian soldiers are like, what the F are you doing out here? And they rescue her.
Руки подними. Держи, я посмотрю.
Please don't hit me. I'm pregnant.
Ты что тут забыла, беременная?
What are you doing here if you're pregnant? Please don't leave me here, is what she says. So that's what we see in the footage. I just thought I'd bring it to you because I kept hearing about this footage and I hadn't seen it yet. And that's just horrible. I mean, I remember all of my pregnancies. I couldn't imagine being on a front line of a war and fighting. I hope this war wraps up, We called it the meat grinder for a reason. It was just terrible that the Western powers dumped as much money into it as they did. And the big story this week has been Zelensky's 2 yachts, not just 1 yacht, but 2 yachts that, his friend that looks just like him bought. And no, that wasn't American taxpayer money. Not at all. Not at all. I mean, we've heard stories of the skimming is so fucking bad in Ukraine that the money literally did not trickle down to anybody in the battlefield, right? That's insane. 750 million. Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. The billions and billions. We've had to have gave them at least $1 trillion for this Ukraine war. Had to have. There's no way. The shredded chicken Kiev. Yeah, shredded chicken Kiev for sure. DC says, thank you for the super chat or the super ray. Says Pizzagate was a satanistic. Does that say satanistic? I don't have my glasses on. I can't see what it says. A sensationalistic tabloid story that was popped up to take media focus away from the targeted political assassination of Seth Rich. I'm not going to argue with you that they're trying to take away the political, they focus from Seth Rich. Absolutely, they want to do that. You guys know I absolutely support justice for Seth Rich. But when you go digging into the Pizzagate hole, there is some truth in there. There is a lot of truth. Now, I don't know how much of that had to do with Comet Pizza and James Elefani or whatever his name was, but there is some legitimate shit there. I mean, just look at Anthony Weiner. Why haven't we seen what was on his laptop? Just saying. But yes, they definitely were like, look over here, look over here, look over here. Just like what they did with Q, right? I mean, even Q had a few things that were true, but they co-opted it so much that now you're just a Q-tard, right? For sure. Trump's plans for a second term. So this is from the Democrats. Now, this was tweeted out by the Democratic Party yesterday. Trump's plan for a second term. Institutionalize a national abortion ban. Yeah, maybe. Executing revenge on his political enemies. Oh, you mean like the Biden administration's been doing? Maybe. Building mass detention camps for immigrants. The Democrats are already doing that. They're doing it in Chicago right now. What? Okay. Reinstating a Muslim ban. Well, the Dems are doing that in their own manufactured way right now with the drumming up of the Muslim hate, right? Trying to end birthright citizenship. Pushing for concealed carry in classrooms. Ugh, I don't know. I guess if you're a teacher and you want to conceal carry and you got a permit, I'm not going to bitch about it. And repealing the Affordable Care Act. Yeah, because the Affordable Care Act is so affordable. How dare Trump? How dare him? I don't know. That doesn't scare me. Does that scare you guys? Because this is meant to scare you. This is the fear porn, the Trump fear porn, right? From the Democratic Party. It doesn't scare me. It absolutely doesn't scare me. Not one bit. More Trump. Let's see. What is this? DOJ orders a sweep of Trump's Twitter data for everyone who ever liked, followed, or retweeted Trump. No, this can't be true. Spygate, Biden's Department of Justice orders Elon Musk's Twitter to provide his regime with a list of every American who liked, followed, or retweeted President Trump. Are you on the government's enemy list? Yeah. Attorneys for the Justice Department have revealed documents connected to their search warrant for Donald Trump's Twitter account, indicating that prosecutors collected a massive collection of data about the former president's social media activities, including information on every account that liked, followed, or retweeted him. Wow. Did you ever like, follow, or retweet anything of Trump's in the last 10 years? I think not, but still, a lot of people did. A lot of people did. And your government is now got that information. But it's okay, right? Because Trump bad. And I love this little meme up in the corner. It says, at least it's not Trump, right? You got the boot on your neck, but at least it's not Trump. Very sad group of people. Yes, they are a very sad group of people, Trump. They definitely are. Sad for sure. This is Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, they're just like trying to drum up the fucking hate there, right? If you're concerned with the immigration in Chicago, well, anywhere in the United States, well, then you are just a racist and hateful. And that's what they want. They want what's going on in Ireland to happen here in the United States. They want to say, look at the far right. They're so mean and they're so fucking hateful. We've got to shut them down. We need authoritarian censorship on social media. And that is why they are strumming this hate. Because I ain't falling for it. I don't think you are either.
Well, there has to be better coordination. What we've seen is a very raggedy form instituted by right-wing extremism. Everyone knows that the right-wing extremism in this country has targeted democratically ran cities. And quite frankly, they've been very intentional about going after democratically ran cities that are led by people of color. And their whole motivation is to create disruption and chaos, because that's what that particular party has been about. Right? This is the same political party that did not want to accept that President Obama was actually an American. It's the same Republican right-wing extremism that stormed the Capitol. It's the same right-wing extremism that refuses to accept the results of the Civil War. It's raggedy. It's disrespectful. It's mean-spirited. It's an unclean spirit, quite frankly. And so I got you. I just want to make sure that people understand what we're facing. That's why it's so important that the faith community is leaning in this moment.
Ugh. That's just gross, right? They're just strumming that hate. And yes, there is Tent City in cold ass can be Chicago. Yeah, Popeye, they are building, but it's an indoor temperature controlled one. I think it's in an industrial area. Kit said that it is riddled with heavy metals and, all kinds of poisons. Of course, that's where they would put them. And the local residents, the Chicago residents are like, you're not even taking care of the people that are fucking here. I understand that argument. I do. I don't think that is a hateful argument to have back. Like, as people of this country, we expect a certain amount from our government when we pay our fucking tax dollars, and we haven't seen that in years and years and years. So of course, them building these immigration, they're fucking detention centers, whatever they want to call them. They're fucking camps. They're fucking camps at the end of the goddamn day. And I feel terrible for any immigrant who has to come here and be put into a fucking camp by our goddamn government. And, but we give them money and a phone and Ugh. You know, only 2% of the immigrants that are in New York have applied for work visas, meaning that they could go to work immediately. Only 2 fucking percent. I don't think it's what the Democrats are selling, and it's definitely not what the Republicans are selling. Neither side are selling the truth. The age of man is over. Let's hope, right? Cute meme. I thought that meme was cute. And oh, she got roasted. Did you see this? Now, this is 2 weeks old. I don't know how I missed it the first time. Do you know that the Republicans brought a resolution forward to have John Pierre's pay docked to $1 because she's a constant liar? This shit is too funny. It's 8 minutes long. I cut it at 4 minutes, but we'll watch as much of it as we can because it's funny.
See what nonsense is in store for today.
I rise today to offer an amendment to reduce the salary of Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary, to $1.
Okay, I'm listening. You have my attention now.
Mr. Speaker, during Ms. Jean-Pierre's tenure as press secretary, she has repeatedly lied to the American people and acted in a condescending manner toward reporters and also violated the Hatch Act.
Boy.
Just to name a few of her lies, Ms. Jean-Pierre has claimed, 1, illegal immigration is down under the Biden administration. She also claimed nobody is just walking in across the southern border.
That's crazy!
She also claimed that the 2016 election was stolen. She also claimed that Governor Brian Kemp stole the 2018 governor's race from Stacey Abrams. She also claimed that Biden's stimulus bill did not impact inflation.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb, it's brilliant.
No! It's just dumb.
She also claimed that critical race theory, or its equivalent, isn't being taught in our schools. She also claimed that nobody has done more for the southern border, or our border in general, than
Seriously.
than Joe Biden. How can somebody with such a history of deceit continue to serve as the liaison for the president and the American people? The American people should not be forced to pay the salary of an individual who dispenses bold-faced lies to the American people while they foot the bill.
I said, wait a minute, wait.
And hold on. Ms. Jean-Pierre has also has a history of anti-Semitic and anti-Zionist rhetoric. For example, she called AIPAC racist and Islamophobic for supporting Israel. She wrote an op-ed that pro-Israel policies and values are not progressive values, which I think many of her Democratic colleagues even would contest. Mr. Speaker, I urge all colleagues to support this common sense amendment to use the Holman Rule to reduce Karine Jean-Pierre's salary, the White House press secretary, to $1, and with that I reserve.
Wow, that was shocking. I didn't know she was
New York reserves. The gentleman,
anti-Israel.
for what purpose does the
Claim
gentleman?
of time in opposition.
The gentleman is recognized.
This is another unserious amendment. We've had over 50 of these. Every one that has been put to a roll call vote has lost. This one will as well, I hope, and I yield. I reserve the balance of my time.
What? Bro.
Okay, I think we got the gist of it. But I brought that clip because wasn't it shocking to see the Republicans attacking Jean-Pierre over her non-support of Israel? What? Even her own colleagues would call that bad. I never heard this about her. So if anything, that just made me, I don't know, it didn't make me respect her anymore, right? But it made me go, oh, okay, well, at least maybe there's somebody inside that administration that is not buying hook, line, and sinker, but she's obviously going along with it. Reduce all politicians' salary to $1. I agree. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. No pay for you, no benefits for you. You know, they're all quitting, right? I think I heard that we have a historical number that are not going to return, right? They're going to retire, or they're going to go into the private sector. Yeah, this will be interesting this next election. Let's talk about Ireland because, you know, the hate and rhetoric that they are spewing out there is for a means, it's for a reason, and it's so that way they can get more authoritarian control over social media because it's for the good of everybody, right? So here's we've got this debate going on in Ireland now. They're getting ready to shove this fucking social media control bill right down their throats. Of course, the World Economic Forum is behind a lot of this. They're pushing it. And here's a couple of the disgusting arguments yesterday that came through.
We need to see an independent review of what went wrong. We also need to see a real commitment from government to tackle and target the far right, to ensure intelligence-led policing is tackling and taking them on. And thirdly, we need a commitment from government to give Gardaí the resources they need, frontline Gardaí, to ensure that we have more personnel.
Okay, that was the first one.
No one hates Ireland, and I mean no one hates Ireland more than the Irish far right. They hate bus drivers, librarians, Lewis drivers, teachers. They hate teachers. Women, gays, trans. They loathe trans
Why
people.
do they hate bus drivers?
Politicians. Can't stand politicians.
Well, I
hate
get
working
that.
people. Muslims, Jews. The Jewish replacement theory. We see them standing on O'Connell Street and making these outrageous speeches, outrageous anti-Semitic speeches. The GAA, nurses, doctors, the homeless, sports people, you. They hate you, they hate me.
They hate you.
You know, and they'll happily smash up their own city and loot shops because hate is transferable. It's got nothing to do with politics. It's psychological, occurring in the mind of the hater.
So this is the rhetoric that is being pushed very hard in Ireland. And of course, here in the United States, if you're paying attention, the same exact rhetoric that's being pushed there is being pushed here. We just haven't had the attacks to flare it up, right? But don't think it's not coming. It is coming. This is a plan. This is the plan of the World Economic Forum to stoke this hate so that way they can get authoritarian control over social media. That's absolutely it. Yeah, the far right does a lot of stupid, crazy fucking shit. But to sit there and say that they hate the bus drivers, they hate the librarians, they hate you, they hate me, I'm not buying it. That is a very wide brush to be swiping over a whole entire sector of people. And it's just fear mongering. It's more hate and fear mongering. We are restricting freedom, but we are doing it for the common good. Yes, the common good. Yes, we know, Klaus. It's for the common good. Everything's always for the common good, right? Isn't that what Hitler said? I think Hitler said everything's for the common good. Alex Jones, Zero Hedges is reporting that Sandy Hook families offered to settle the Alex Jones $1.5 billion illegal debt for a minimum of $85 million. Because you think Alex Jones has got $85 million laying around? I mean, we know he made some money off of InfoWars in the millions. He did. But $85 million, I am going to take a bet that, he don't have $85 million in the bank. Just saying. Things have been tough for InfoWars the last couple of years, so I don't think so. I mean, look at the MyPillow guy. Didn't he have to file bankruptcy? Mike Lindell last week or some shit. It makes me kind of sad for Jones, right? I mean, because this is an attack on free speech right here, 100%. Like, don't put your opinion out there because if people think it's wrong, then you could be sentenced to pay $1.5 billion that you don't have. And of course, this was more of a statement than them really wanting the money. But here's the fucked up thing. I'll bet you some of those Sandy Hook families really could use some money, but they're being used by, the PR machine and the attorneys and whatnot. They could get a real settlement out of Jones that actually would probably give them some money, but that's not what we're going to see happen here. They just got to politicize it. And I feel for Jones. What would I do if somebody decided something I said 2 years ago was terrible and they came after me for millions? Like, good luck. Can't squeeze blood out of a turnip. I mean, what are you going to do? Okay, these next two videos, these are CCT videos that a couple of these dropped yesterday, and the viewer discretion is advised on these. One of them, you see a cop shoot a man, and another one, you see a cop beat down a couple at a restaurant. Now, did things get better after all of the Black Lives Matters protests and all of the deaths that we saw leading up to 2020, right? What was the reason we were in the streets? Because cops are not trained well enough. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they just go out there beating everybody till they die. And that was a problem. So how do we combat that? Oh, we defunded them. We didn't give them better training or more training or sensitivity training or, de-escalation training. Fuck no. We just defunded them, so they're getting worse. We know they're getting worse, and they're going to get worse as this authoritarian nightmare that we're living under rolls out even further. So here's the first one. Viewer discretion, guys. I'm telling you, this is gnarly.
Man, shoot his ass! Shoot his ass! Damn! Oh, shit.
Now, did that guy look like he was a serious threat to that old cop? I mean, and how much was the guy sitting there in his car recording, screaming, shoot him, shoot him? This doesn't make sense to me, right? Like, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. He didn't look like he was being threatened.
I did it online, man. Wait for food. I've been outside. Then come over here and we'll figure it out. What am I doing? Last chance before I come get you, but I don't want to. Okay? Hey, come here. Come here. Get over here now. Get on the ground.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Hey! Get on the ground! Turn your ass off! Hey, fuck you guys! Y'all fucked up! Get on the ground! Hey, he's not resisting! What the fuck? He's not resisting! He's not resisting! I'm backed up, nigga! I'm backed up! I'm backed up! What the? I'm backed up! I'm backed up! That's fucked up! What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Fuck you hitting him for? He's on the floor. He's on the fucking floor. I'm backed up, nigga. Fucking McFarlane ass people, nigga. I'm from Fresno, nigga. Weird ass nigga.
I know that was hard to watch. Chili, I did give you guys a warning. I did. I said viewer discretion. These are hard to watch. Now, the first one, I don't know where either of these incidences are. I think the first one was probably older because the second one dropped yesterday. Everybody was seeing that one. For one, on the second one, why the hell is the cop screaming across the lobby at whoever he wants to detain? Why couldn't he just walk over to him and talk to him? He says, if I have to walk over there, then I'm going to beat your ass. And that's exactly what he did. And I don't understand when you're being detained by a cop. And this is the thing, when you're being detained by a cop, they think they have 100% control. You have to, if they say jump, you say how high. You don't even fucking ask, you just start jumping, right? So when they tell you on the ground, I'll never understand why people try to stand back up. Why is that guy trying to stand back up when they're beating the fuck out of him? Lay down, stop moving. I mean, I'm not justifying what the cops are doing, but for my own self, I would not be moving. Denver Attaway says, America is lost. It's just tyranny and mafia cops and financial fascism now. It is. Sadly, it is, right? Little dicks. Yeah, little dicks. But we didn't give them any training. We didn't address the fucking problem, right? We never do that in this country. We never address the root cause of a problem and try to change it. No, we blame it on every goddamn thing else under the sun. And then we defund it because that's the best way to handle problems like this. It's going to get worse, especially, these are the brown shirts, man. This is the force that has been put in place to keep the things the way they are for the global elite, and you're going to listen to them or they're going to just fucking kill you. And that is obviously fucking clear. Yeah, what was that dude on? That first dude, he was on something. My step grandpa was a Medford cop, and he once told me this story about this guy who was on PCP, and they shot him multiple fucking times, like just unloaded on this guy, and he ran right past them, like he was full dead run at him, and he just like he was dead, but he was still running. Like, so it happens. Crazy video. But the guy had a dead tree stump. Come on. That wasn't the first one could have been handled so much different, right? And here's one more. So when you use the reverse Uno card on the guy stealing your catalytic converter, there is no viewer discretion on this one. This one's kind of funny. So guy steals his cat. Well, he steals his car. He's like, hey, wait, is that guy stealing my cat? What? Is this his car? Okay, I'm just going to jump in. This is in Portland, of course. The guy stealing the cat comes out from under the car like, hey, what the fuck? Who just stole my car? Better run. Bad day. I wish somebody come steal my damn catalytic converter, because that's what's wrong with my car. Is my catalytic converter is plugged and it's putting back pressure into my motor and it stinks. Oh my God, it smells terrible. So every day I'm like, please, somebody come steal my cat. I need to just take it to Tacoma and park it. If I park it in Tacoma on the hilltop, it'll be gone in hours, I'm sure. Let's see. Rapists will be surgically castrated, and everyone who ars a child will face the death penalty under new laws in Nigeria's state. Do you guys agree? You think this is a good idea? You think they should be surgically castrating these guys? I mean, I could see chemically, but surgically? Wow, that's a little up. That is a little crazy for sure. Chop chop. That is my opinion. Chop chop. I got no love for them. I don't care. You hurt a child like that, you deserve to be chop chop. That's just my opinion. I'm allowed to have that opinion. $5, Chanda. Do I have $5? $5. Did I miss a $5 somewhere? I'm looking, guys. Did I? Hey, Ghost Start, hanging out over on the Rumble all by yourself. What's up? What's up, Rumblers? I see you over there, Rumblers. Bad cookies in the house. Good to see you. So, do you know that Gaza is not the only occupied territory right now? What about Congo? Oh, nobody talks about Congo, right? We haven't talked a lot about Congo. I brought it up a couple of times. I know Sabby Sabs has covered it a couple of times. But let's look at the suffering of the Congo right now at the hands of the West.
Safa saphela isizwe simnyama iwasafa isizwe saba yavula mola ayinkokhelize wemaye wemolo safa saphela isizwe simnyama iwasafa isizwe saba yavula mola ayinkokhelize wemaye ngiyakhala safa phela isizwe simnyama iwasafa isizwe sabantu alamulaba eninkokhelize wemaye wemolo
So very sad what we as the West allow our leaders to do in our names with our collective money, right? Don't forget about all of the come on, move forward. Don't forget about all of the occupied territories right now as we talk about them. So, hey, do you guys got an air fryer? I got an air fryer for Christmas last year from my son. I wanted one because everybody was talking about, oh, I love my air fryer. I stopped by my daughter's one day and she was making some burgers in her air fryer. And I was like, cool, I think I want one of these things. Well, you might think again. Turns out that most of the air fryers out there are emitting a carcinogenic smoke. I mean, chemical. Let's check it out. I might have to get rid of my air fryer. Damn it.
Air fryers are a popular kitchen gadget in South Korea and many other parts of the world for that matter. But if you have to use them, do so with caution because, according to a new study, if you overcook your food, the air fryer emits a toxic substance. Park Se-young has this report.
Frozen fries are placed inside an air fryer and cooked at 200 degrees Celsius.
In 10 minutes, the fries turn a golden color, and after another 10 minutes, they're even darker. The Korea Consumer Agency conducted an experiment using 10 air fryer models, cooking the smallest batch of frozen fries for the longest time suggested by each product's manual. At 200 degrees, they emitted up to 1,700 micrograms per kilogram of the toxic substance acrylamide. This exceeds the European Union standard for frozen fries by 3.4 times and Korean standards for food by 1.7 times. With a larger batch, however, emissions decrease, meaning cooking a small amount of food for a long time at high temperatures is bad for your health. Fries should only be cooked until they're a light golden yellow color.
Identified as a potentially cancer-causing chemical by the WHO, acrylamide can affect the nervous system and cause a number of serious issues.
Even when the fries were cooked according to the instructions or in auto-cooking mode, 4 out of the 10 models emitted acrylamide exceeding EU standards. Emissions decreased to a safe level with reduced temperature and...
That's something you won't get from, the U.S., the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. They're not going to tell you that your air fryer is coating your food in a carcinogen, right? And I got to tell you guys, I fucking knew this. I could smell it. The few fucking times I've used my air fryer, because first of all, I got it, my son bought it, I'm sure, on Amazon, right? Within the second time of me using it, the handle fucking fell apart. The screws in the handle broke, so I've got it fixed enough to where I can use it. And the few times that I have used it, I smell this, like, it almost smells like electrical burn, but it's different than electrical burn. So it makes sense to me. It totally, when I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, that explains it. That's what I'm fucking smelling every time I use the air fryer. Honestly, the only time I use the air fryer is for bacon. It makes cooking bacon so fucking easy. I don't have to fry it. I'm not getting burned or popped by, grease or anything. I literally just throw it in there and you got crispy bacon in 5 minutes. So that's the only thing I ever use it for. That, and I tried sweet potato fries in it, right? I love sweet potato fries. They're a great snack. They're low cal. They're good for you, but they're so much better in the oven. They just don't turn out as crispy in the air fryer. You got to do them in the oven. You got to do them slow. So yeah, I hate to break it to you guys. Those forever chemicals are everywhere. But thinking of forever chemicals, 3M and DuPont defeated a massive class action yesterday over forever chemicals. Are we shocked? No, we are not shocked. And why is that? Because they are one and the same. The industries that are supposed to be regulating these assholes are ran by these assholes. That is why they go from being the CEO to being the head of these administrations over and over and over. So very sad, because these massive forever chemicals are in fucking everything. They knew it. They knew when they were admitting them. They knew they were out there. They just don't want to have to pay for what they're causing. They're out to kill us all, right? They're going to kill us all, and we know it. Forever chemicals everywhere. This I found this morning. This is really weird. So this is unseen rare footage of 9/11. This is an angle that nobody has seen for some reason. Apparently, this YouTuber uploaded it onto his YouTube years ago and then never changed it from private to public, so nobody's seen it. So a lot of us are questioning, like, what? This guy's been just hanging out on this video from there. It's just a different angle. I don't know what new questions it brings up, but I thought I'd bring it and show it to you guys. Yeah, so that was new footage. I don't know if it adds anything for the, 9/11 debunkers, like, oh, we can see something from this angle now. And I don't understand why somebody would sit on this for over 20 years. What? Doesn't make sense to me, but makes you remember, right? God, how much of our life's changed since this happened. I mean, I think of that Saturday or that September morning. It was sunny. It was beautiful. My partner at the time woke me up. He'd always get up early and check out his stock tips and porn, because that's what people do now. And he woke me up that morning and he said, "Oh my God, the World Trade Center, it's been hit by a plane." And so I got out of bed and I stumbled out to the living room. And right as I walked into the living room, the second plane hit. And I was like, they caught it on video. And he's like, "No, that's a new one." Like, holy shit. But thinking of how much our lives have changed since that day, policy wise, personal wise, it has affected us on so many different levels. And I think that I will probably die not knowing the true answers of who and why, right? Because nobody even wants to admit that those questions are even valid. Like, "Oh my God, you're a conspiracy theorist. How dare you say 9/11 was an inside job?" Well, the official narrative has been total bullshit, and we know it. This one's got an article with it. Let's see. What does the article say? The article says, newly surfaced 9/11 video shows unseen angle of the second plane hitting the World Trade Center and questions raised. Okay, let's see what these questions are. Nearly 9-minute video was filmed by Kevin Wesley as he stood on a boat surrounded by a crowd of stunned eyewitnesses, according to the National World. Who's the National World? I've never even heard of these guys. The footage initially focuses on the flames engulfing the North Tower, then shifts just in time to catch a second plane as it's making a direct approach towards the Southern Tower. He says, "I posted the video in the 2000s, but accidentally left it on private until now. I noticed the video was on private and turned it to public." But YouTube wasn't created until 2005 or something? That doesn't make sense to me. So what is the real story here? Yeah, what is the real story here? Comments on the internet revealed that there's a lot of suspicion regarding the sudden appearance of this video. So who put this video out there? Who's trying to control a narrative? That would be the question, right? YouTube was founded in 2005. It didn't really take off until the end of that year. So, okay, the earliest he could have put it up is 2005, and then it just sat there all these years. YouTube, okay, so I already got that. Most of us couldn't even barely watch videos. We were all on dial-up internet back then. Exactly. The video was posted a year ago. He really posted it many years ago, and then he uploaded it again. Okay. So that's what he's saying. But the investigators found that the account was created back in 2006. Okay, I don't care when the account was. And they don't even give you any questions. It says questions raised. So what, the questions are just about where the fuck this video came from? I'm like, what questions? I feel stupid for reading that. Thank you, Village Voice. But that's Village Voice for you. That's what they do. Hate to break it to you guys, but Keebler Girl is now a bioengineered food. Did you know? Did you know that your baking powder is bioengineered now, right along with your mayonnaise? Isn't that gross? God damn it. 2030 food pyramid, very top is antidepressants, soy milks, bugs, seed oils, and microplastics holding up the bottom. Because, they found microplastics in the fucking clouds. Did you hear this one? Yeah, microplastics are hanging out up in the clouds now. That's how they've penetrated everything, these microplastics. Shit, we probably won't even decay when we die now because we're just nothing but plastic. Hollywood, go fuck yourself. Let's see. What do we got for Hollywood, go fuck yourself? I know I threw a few things in here. Oh, Jimmy Savile. I've got you guys a Jimmy Savile clip. There's a few things in this Jimmy Savile clip that I had never heard before. Pretty fucking arrogant. So I'll just roll it. Let you guys form your own opinion.
I'm not in your world. I'm not constrained pretty well by anything. The tough thing in life is ultimate freedom. How do they know whether I am or not? How does anybody know whether I am? Nobody knows whether I am or not. I know I'm not. I'm feared in every girls' school in this country.
And he'd be putting his fingers inside of me. And that was so painful.
The only woman we could find that had played any part in his life was his mother.
Mother really became attached to him, and he became attached to Mother.
When she died,
yeah,
you sat with her,
yeah,
For 5 days, you sat with her for a long time. So it did happen.
Not really, no. It's not really in the macabre sense. It was in the good
Oh,
fun
it's macabre,
sense.
honey. It's macabre. It's not good fun. He's fascinated with dead bodies. Or was.
Look at that. That is supposed to be me, Ernst. What did I ever do to you that you would draw that picture of me?
Everything.
Super times for all. No danger about it. In fact, let me tell you, if you don't work in a hospital, you really are missing something. In fact, you're missing everything.
Oh, what a creep. Did you know he hung out with his dead mom for 5 days? Just to have good fun. It wasn't macabre or anything like that. Jimmy Savile, what a disgusting, despicable human being who was protected. And that is why when I talk about Pizzagate, these are the fucking monsters I'm talking about. They are protected. He was 100% protected. And he said the ultimate goal is ultimate freedom, right? To do whatever you want and not be held accountable. Well, the QAnons out there are saying that Stephen Colbert and Tom Hanks, and there's one more, haven't been seen from in a couple of weeks. Oh, Kevin Spacey. Haven't been seen from in a while. And yet again, they're claiming they're on house arrest. Come on, knock this shit off. If they're gonna arrest, they're not gonna arrest their own friends, and when they do, they protect them. Like Stephen Colbert is not sitting somewhere on house of fucking arrest. I promise you. Maybe the got him, but I promise you it wasn't his friends that arrested him. So Jimmy Savile. Do you guys see this crazy conspiracy theory? Of course, did you guys see that the Thanksgiving football game halftime was done by Dolly Parton? Because she's out there promoting her new rock and roll album at the age of 78 years old. But the QAnoners are saying she's wearing a mask. It's a mask. It's not really her. I call bullshit. That's really her. She's just that old, guys. That is really Dolly. I don't think she has a mask on, but these masks are so good. Who knows? Who knows? Yes, Dolly wore a bodysuit. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody said what, the 78-year-old camel toe. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't, isn't she 77? I thought she was 78. She might be 77, but a lot of people rank on Dolly, but Dolly's got a good heart, I think. I think she's tried to help people over her career, right? And she really has stayed out of the politics for the most part of it. So, yeah, I don't think she had a mask on. Not one of the CIA rubber, masks. I don't think so. Not at all. And yeah, pray to Satan. Yeah, we see you, Kurt. We see you. Could they be any more obvious? Yeah, sad but true. They are Satanists. You guys ever watch The Lost Boys? Right? I loved like one of the very last scenes of Lost Boys, the old uncle or the dad, whoever they were staying with. He kills the head vampire, and then he stumbles into the house and he grabs himself a bottle of Coke and he opens it and he takes a big old pull off of it. And then he goes, "I've always loved Santa Clara, except for all the goddamn vampires." And yeah, we've always loved Hollywood, except for all the goddamn Satanists. Like, that's what it is, right? I still love Metallica. I always will, but let's accept it for what they are. They put it right on their chest. Pray to Satan. Yeah, okay. Well, we know how you got rich and famous now. They are Satanists. Believe me when I tell you, they are Satanists. I promise. I'm not full of shit here. Meme Alley. Nobody gets out of the trailer park till we get through Meme Alley. We are running a little late today, but that's okay. That's okay. Because this will be my last show until next week. So, but you guys got 3 shows in a row out of me, and my ass was fucking kicked. I was so tired last night, I gotta tell you. When someone brings up a current event, but you haven't seen a meme about it, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, right? Because we speak in memes. A lot of times I'll be alerted to something because of memes. Like, oh, what is this meme? Oh, okay. And then I'll go check it out. That's just the reality of it. I, Sam Bankman-Fried, regret to say that I just can't take this cruel world anymore. You spelt more wrong. Sam, you better watch yourself. You could be in some trouble. Ancestor looking down on you like, fucker's always on that phone. Yeah, they are. They're like, I know my great grandmas are like, what the hell? Get off your phone. And how's the revolution going? Well, we post memes online for like 16 hours every day. So I guess you could say it's getting pretty serious. Yeah, the revolution's getting pretty serious. That's why we have Meme Alley, right? Got to cover the memes because that's how we speak nowadays. Charging $45 for a $12 case of water is price gouging, but charging $800 for an $8 bag of saline solution is healthcare. For real. For real, for real. For real. But, you know, hey, Israel's healthcare system's really bad if you haven't heard. And at this point, if I get abducted by aliens, it's no longer considered an abduction. It's considered a rescue mission. Oh, come rescue us, please. Please save us from our leaders. And Alex Jones one last time. Listening to my brother-in-law brag about getting boosted. Yeah, that's what Thanksgiving was like, right? Not with my family. My family are woke motherfuckers. They all know, except for one, my brother. My brother, he falls for this shit. But the rest of my family, no, they get it. They absolutely get it. Let's see. Tea debate people, coffee debate people, me knowing the best way to wake up is that with the devil's lettuce. Yes, it is true. Bitches be up at 7 a.m. sharp, smoking weed. Like, damn, eat some cereal first, you damn pothead. It's me. I'm the bitches. And good morning. Some mornings I wake and bake, but what if I'm working? I'm not. I'm not for sure. Thanks, Barb. Let's see. 4 out of 5 citizens love democracy. You could be the 5th if you don't. I'm just saying. Being offended is a choice. The moment you let somebody else's words upset you, you let somebody else defeat you. And who wants to lose a battle to an opinion? Oh, that is a great meme. I got a couple of posts up over on Facebook land that are they're just triggering people. I put a post up yesterday. It had 2 women from the 60s dressed all nice, like, you know, like they did to go out, and then a picture of 2 women at Walmart in pajamas, and it said something about how women used to dress compared to how women dress now. Oh my god, it triggered the shitlibs on my page, and I've got a ton of shitlibs over there because I used to be a shitlib, right? And oh my god, how dare you? Women fought for the right to be able to wear whatever they fucking want. Oh, women used to have to wear dresses, so if they want to wear pajamas, how are you to? And I'm just saying, have a little fucking self-respect. You don't have to roll out of bed and go to Walmart exactly how you came out of bed. We used to have self-respect, and we at least brush our hair and brush our teeth and maybe put on some clothes. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. But goddamn me, how dare I point that shit out, right? So if you want some fun, just go check out my page over on Facebook because it's always a hoot. It's always a hoot. Okay, one last one. Let's see. How come you don't drink tap water? Oh God, yes, that is why I don't drink tap water, because the cities, the municipalities, they don't take care of their fucking water lines. They never have. Ever. I mean, ever. They didn't even think about putting running water in Edinburgh for fucking till what? The turn of the century. They just like, you know what Gardy Lou means? Gardy Lou means don't look up. It means we're gonna throw shit on your head. So the cities have never really cared to take care of the water, and yeah, no tap water. Don't drink the tap water. Even if I live, the only time I would drink water is if I have a well. Like, I had a house a couple of years ago that had a really nice, deep 400-foot well. The best fucking water I've ever had. Like, oh, that was such good water. Cold, clean. But yeah, my water here, the well is only like 60 feet. It's always dried up. Like, no. And tap water that's full of, pineal gland hardening calciums and shit. Like, no, fluorides. I ain't drinking that shit. And I don't, yeah, it tastes weird. It tastes bad too. Exactly. And it smells bad. That's why there's been such a rise in bottled water. I used to never drink bottled water, but I don't drink anything but bottled water now because I don't trust anything that's coming out of those lines. Ugh, for sure. Let's write Julian Assange for Christmas, guys. Let's get some cards out to him. Pretty Christmas scenes, thanking him for doing the time he's doing for our, right to have information. But there is a Belmarsh Peace Vigil that's going to happen on December 22nd from 6 to 7:30. Hashtag Lanterns for Assange. We are going to light up the night on December 22nd. So get those lanterns ready to put out for Assange. My neighbors know, man. I've got all my Assange gear outside. People know. And of course, Day X too. We're waiting for Day X. That is when we're going to come together to protest when Julian finally gets his last hearing with the UK courts. So I will keep you guys updated on that. But let's get some Christmas cards out to Assange. So right there, just screenshot the address and you will have it. And let's send him pretty cards. I'm going to send him a pretty card. It is Wednesday, which means it's Happy Silly Wednesday Day, and you could get your Joey's coffee. I didn't have Joey's this morning. I had Folgers, but hey, I love Joey's. It's just too expensive to drink every day. It is a treat that I savor for sure. I can't wait. I get to see Oz on Friday. You guys know all of these years of Oz and I doing shows and working together, we've only got to hang out in person one other time. So I'm really excited. I get to go squeeze my partner in crime and see him and Joey on Friday. And thank you guys so much for supporting me, helping me get out on the road to go see Oz and to head down to Portland. I'm super excited for it. But there will be no Beauty and the Boomer because Amber and I will be in Portland. So we gave Oz the night off. He deserves a night off every now and then because he is the engineer behind the curtain, right? Thank you so much. Oz sent me my t-shirt. Julie, you got your Assange shirt. Yay. I know there's shirts going out. If you guys were involved in our movie nights, I know Oz was sending shirts out for those. There's other shirts. We're going to have shirts that are going out for Christmas. Oz has got all kinds of stuff going on. So yay. No camping this time, Shanda. Yeah, fuck that. I ain't camping, man. Not that I hate camping, but it's so much nicer to not be camping, especially this time of year. It's too cold. Okay, guys, I think I am out of here. It has been a great show. It's been a great week. I am heading out to Portland for the Convention on Political Innovation. And I'm hoping to get an interview with Scott Ritter, of course, Garland Nixon, and whoever else is on the ground there. And I'm sure I'll do a couple of live streams. I think the actual convention date is on Saturday. So, but we're going to be hanging out for a couple of days. You guys will catch some stuff from us. I can't wait to see some of you guys on the ground, and it's going to be fun. If you guys want to help me out, all of my donation links are in the chat below. I'm going to head out right now and hit the Walmart for a couple little sample size toothpaste and shit like that. Get the last minute stuff in my bag. So I will see you guys this weekend. I promise I'll probably go live to my Twitter is what I'm thinking, instead of trying to go into the studio and do all that. But I don't know what Amber's thoughts are. Amber's got all of the good Roar Media equipment with the good professional cameras and shit. So I don't know what her plan is. She might be planning to stream the whole thing. You never know. Just stay tuned to Roar Media and our different pages to catch up with us this weekend. Okay, I got a great closer. I said awesome. I looked for hours yesterday for a closer. Finally, I was just like, I turned my phone on and I played one-hit wonders of the 70s. And normally I'll just listen until I find a song I like, and then I'll go look for a song, the cover of it. And I came across this. This is Green Eyed Lady. It was a one-hit wonder in the 70s, and it is being covered by Double Impact. So have a great week. Have a great weekend, and I will see you guys soon.
friend of man. A green-eyed lady, passion's lady, dressed in love, she